Premier Energies, I mean, it had a stellar listing, but it's pared many of those gains, and there is a supply crunch in the market. What's your outlook on the company?
See, I think Premier Energy is one of those few companies, which is into solar cell manufacturing, and I think all of us agree that the real value addition for solar companies is going to come only when the entire operations are integrated from the cell stage. To that extent, Premier Energies is definitely poised well. I think they have a very large order book. The solar cells also have been globally accepted. My sense is that at least for FY25 and 26, the order book visibility is extremely strong. And I think looking at the kind of focus by the government also on the solar and renewable energy space, premium energy, even at the current level, if one were to buy, one could expect a very strong earnings growth trajectory over the next couple of years. I think this order win, which you have been mentioned, is obviously going to add to the kitty. But I think any dip should always be used as an entry point. I would suggest that around 1100 or 1150 would be a good entry point if one were to look at the next 12 to 18 months. We are looking at a target price of at least 1450 to 1500.
The other one buzzing on the back of again order wins is Ashoka Buildcon. Anushi is here to try and break it down for us. Anushi, a slew of order wins, and just contextualize that top line to the amount of order wins that we've seen. What's the traction like, and how should one look at these orders?
Harsh, now if you look at Ashoka Buildcon, there have been a couple of order wins, not just now, but even in the past few months, we've seen strong order wins for this. Now, if we are looking at today's, they've received a letter of award from Maharashtra State Board Development Corporation, and this contracts are for the EPC work that the company is doing, which is the engineering, procurement and construction related work. Total bid price for these order wins come up to about 2,310 crore, and this is for construction of major bridges across various regions. The timeline that we are looking at for the completion of these orders are in the next 3 years. So let's just look at how the order book has been in the past couple of quarters also. So the latest order book, if you have to take in account, that stood at about 10,356 crore at the end of the first quarter. But if you go back a couple of quarters back also, the order book has been in the range of 13,000 to 16,000 crore of a range, with Q1 FY24 order book being at 16,920 crore, and currently this is at about 10,356 crore. Coming to the revenue part that you've mentioned, if you are taking Q1 into account, their revenue stood at about 2,465 crore, showing about a 27% of a revenue growth, while the margins more or less remain in the 24% range. But coming to the stock performance of this company, the stock in the 1 year time frame, it has been on the stronger side, 94% of gains for its investors, while in this 1 month it has clocked in about 5% gains, and in this last 1 week we've seen about 12% gains for Ashoka Buildcon. So this is how the order win has been for the company, what the order book has constituted like, and the revenue that the company had in Q1 FY25.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Anushi. Avinash